OK, and away he goes for Queen and Country. Although, of course, many do believe the Stig was actually born in space. Track is a little damp in places still, most of it drying nicely. Down to the first corner, hard on the brakes. Turn in, lots of tyre squeal. That's a worry. Now, I should explain that Stig has developed a strange obsession with Baroque classics. Chicago now, looking rather slow on the way in, but giving it the beans on the way out. Good boy. Hammerhead now, a bit jittery under braking. This could show up the Ascari's natural understeer here, but no! Holding it together nicely and kicking the tail out on the exit. I have to say, it's not looking supercar quick so far. Should see a bit of speed here on the follow-through, though. Up towards the tyres next. Oh, yes, that is extremely quick. Just 2 corners to go now. Can the Ascari claim a place for the nation at the business end of our board? Taking it easy for a damp patch. Back on the power. Gambon now. Come on, Stiggy. And the time is... Are you ready for this? This is for the nation. This is very important. 1 minute... 20.7, which is astonishing. Look at that, he goes. I can hardly get it. The fifth fastest car on our board is a British supercar.
That makes up for Tim Henman, doesn't it?
Some say that he has no understanding of clouds and that his earwax tastes like Turkish delight. All we know is he's called the Stig. OK, he's off in a cloud of smoke there with a boot full of power. Now, there are small patches of wet on the straight there, but the rest of the track is pretty dry, so no excuses on that front. Barrelling into the first corner. Oh, he's already getting it sideways. Come on, Stig, steady on. Drifting nicely on the exit. Ah, right, yes, Stig continuing his new obsession with Baroque classics. Bit of bark there. Chicago nicely poised on the way in, but look at that rear tyre smoking. That is because the Cockster doesn't have a limited slip diff. Porsche won't fit one because it would make the car faster cross-country than a 911. Stig told me the car really suffers for it. Still, he's looking neat round there. Radio 3 listeners will recognise this as the Concerto for Harpsichord and Strings number 7. More wistful, I think, than number 6. Now, coming up to follow through. Let's see how fast it is. Pretty quick. 2 corners left. Getting rather bobby under braking. This car doesn't have the faith-proof ceramic brake option. That could hurt the time. Into Gambon. All getting very sideways and across the line. He did it. He did it in 1 minute, 26.7. So it goes there. In front of a Corvette.
Interesting you should have made a space, actually, because I reckon if you'd sent a 911 and a Boxster round as well, the 911 would have gone about there,
yeah.
And the Boxster, I don't know, about there?
Yeah, exactly right. I'm just looking at this. 126. But you'll note the Stig doesn't have his rear fog lights on because, of course, he's not a blithering idiot. There he is with his Baroque classics. Oh, heavens. Why? He's now coming up. Is he coming up? Hang on. Lot of tyre squeal round what I think was the first corner there. Right, that's Chicago. I recognise that. He's coming through. Stig, of course, doesn't need to see where he's going. He's more machine than man. He just sees in numbers. Oh, no, wait, he doesn't. There, he did need to see where he's going. Now he's got to go off down to the hammerhead. Will he remember to brake? Yes, he has. Well done, Stig. Quite greasy out there, it must be said, in the fog. Nice there. Well done, Stiggy. Now, belting up to the follow-through. Where's he gone? Hang on, let's listen. Didn't sound like he lifted there. Hard to say for sure. Coming up now through the tyre wall. That looks quick. He's a very brave Stig today. Turning in for what I think is the second last corner. And coming up to Gambon. With an oversteer going in there and across the line. I've no idea which line that was, but I've got the time here. 1 minute, 34.9. Now, you've got to remember, it's quite a long way down, but the thing is, that was a greasy track. On a dry track, I'm absolutely certain this would be quicker than an Astra VXR and a Golf GTI. It's a very good car. Right, now, we've got to move on. Some say that his tears are adhesive, and that if he caught fire, he'd burn for 1,000 days. All we know is he's called the Stig. And he's off. Oh, I should say this car has a very real chance of being the fastest car ever round our track. That means beating the Maserati MC12, which has 21 more horsepower. First corner, no drama here. Gently stoking up that massive Mercedes V12. Stig, of course, not listening to the engine. He's enjoying a spot of Purcell there. Nice arrangement. Chicago carrying the pace in, metering out the power, using all the track and on his way down to Hammerhead. Looking a little frisky under braking. Careful on the way, and don't let the nose run wide. Go on, accelerate now. Tail steps out a bit, but he's on top of that in an instant. Here comes the follow through. Surely he'll have to lift off. Yep, feathering the throttle, then back on it through the tyres. Now, just 2 corners left. Can it beat the MC12? Can it beat what is basically an Enzo in drag? Coming up to Gambon, lap record is in sight. Tail kicking out and across the line. Right, it's got the Maserati MC12 to beat 118.9. It's done it! 118.4! Okay, away he goes. Lots of wheel spin off the line, but then this is a powerful car for its size. Down to the first corner. Woo, flicking into oversteer. Stig's already having to work hard. Much neater on the exit, though. Look at that. What Baroque classic is it this week? Sounds like Tchaikovsky. Chicago actually looking quite understeery there on the way in. Hard on the power now, kicking the tail out a little bit on the exit. Into Hammerhead. You can see the Stig having to correct all the way through there, fighting understeer here is a surprise. Now, here's the follow through. Got a lot of guts, this car. Should be pretty quick through here. Oh, God, it is. 2 corners left, of course. Rather unruly on the way in, into Gambon now. Getting quite messy. He's off-road and across the line in 131.9. Now, the Golf, front wheel spinning off the line there before the computer shoves more power to the back. Let's see how it handles the first corner. Look at that. No drama at all. Very tidy. Oh, very tidy indeed. Up to Chicago. Still neat. Notice the rear wheel just cocking a little bit there in classic Golf style. Okay, Hammerhead. Got a very heavy V6 up front. That will it make it understeer a little bit. But you can see the car pulling back into line as the electronics shuffle the power around. Blasting through the follow-through now. Stig did say he was impressed with the R32's grunt, but can it come close to the 130? I'm not sure it can. Well, there's 1 corner left now. Gambon sliding a bit wide and across the line. Okay, now here's the BMW look, and it's 131.9. The Golf, 130.4. So it goes there. It is quicker, and do you know what? That means I was wrong for the first time since 1974. It wasn't just quicker than the BMW. Look at this, it's 3 seconds quicker than the old Golf R32. Telling you that car is every bit as good as that one is bad.